Hello, I'm Seafield Mike and I'm coming from tkfmma located in Durham, North Carolina, and I'm going to be outlining in this video my 70 strike Sinawali pattern, which actually is a sequence that has 12 patterns in it. And I'm doing this for my cancer fundraiser this year, and I'm going to be talking about the sequence in this video so that I don't have to reiterate that whenever I make the videos and post them for the actual charity fundraising, right? So I'm going to kind of deep dive into the patterns here so that when it comes time I can just jump in and start swinging these sticks around and people can donate and stuff like that and watch it. But I'm going to be talking about it in this video with these sticks and outlining an epic combo of 70 strikes. Most of them are going to be diagonal, meaning they're here, kind of making like an X, either low or high. I'm going to have a couple that are horizontal and a couple with tick strikes that are not diagonal. And so the first like 58 of this you can actually do with a partner, whereas like the last two patterns you can't really do with a partner because of the nature of the strikes. The first part of it though, like you can have two people be together and do the exact same thing, go through the sequence, and it's like a two-person form, right? And so I kind of use this as a means of pride setting because there are literally just hundreds of Sinawali patterns, and instead of teaching one individual pattern, I'm like, let me just put them all in a form and start from simple and go more and more complex, just like an actual ranking system. Now, for those of you who don't know what Sinawali is, it's a Filipino term, just means to weave, right? It's really anytime the stick crosses the body. And there are, like I said, hundreds of different patterns. I've just pulled like 12 of them that I teach to get people to understand the concept of being able to cross your hands, because you can drop the sticks and that can be an empty hand strike, or you can use a different type of weapon. It's the body is doing the same thing. It's really kind of cool. Now, like I said, Sinawali just means to weave, and it's when your sticks cross the body. The first four strikes of this actually technically aren't a Sinawali because they are not crossing the body, right? It's just a four very simple strike snapping deal. I'm going to step back so you can see all of my body, right? Because I'm going to go high, high, low, low. So I'm going up here, like collarbone or the head, and then down low to like the knees, right? Those are my first four. Then after that, I do what's called a kind of a snapping pattern, right? This is my snapping pattern. I do this on both sides, high and low. This is like my first Sinawali, right? Just snapping, bam. Okay. From there, I go to what I call 3-star, which is very similar to the tappy tappy that some of you might see if you know what that is. It's before I'm doing 3, hence the name, right? I'm just going up and then down and back and the other side. So this is basically just a whole bunch of forehands and backhands, right? All in diagonal striking. Okay, so that's my 3-star. These are my first 3 that I do. After that, that's when I started having the sticks here kind of loaded up. And we start with a pattern that I call the Sinawali X pattern. It's again 4 strikes. I start here, I go high, then I come over, I go high again, and I park that, and I go low, bring it up, bam, low again. So I do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my X pattern. Now, if I'm going back to the beginning, I just bring that back up. Like I said, it's a 4, man. But if I'm going to continue, I go to here, okay, and I do what I call a broken 6 count. Or I do my diagonal strike, and I kind of whip it around my head to a taper, backhand diagonal, bring that up, rest it on the other side, and I do another strike, and park that. Hit, circle, hit, hit. This is my broken 6 count. And from there, after I do the broken 6 count, I do what I call a double strike, okay, where I'm going to be hitting high and low at the same time. Right, so I snap it the first time, and then I go to the side to get extra distance to go all the way through. I square back up, snap it, step to the side, all the way through, snap, through, snap it, through. Okay, that's my next 3, so the X and the broken 6 count, and then the double strikes. After that, I do what I call Heaven Earth Man. Okay, this is going to be a combination of high and low. Again, starting over here, high, and then I go low and high on the other side. Okay, this is called Heaven because the stick is pointing up, Earth because the stick is pointing down, and Man because if I turn to the side, I'm like, Vitruvian Man, right? This is the Leonardo da Vinci sketch. It's just a mnemonic. Some places have called this 6 count, but there's a lot of 6 counts, and we try to give names so we know what we're doing. Okay, so Heaven, Earth, Man. Heaven, Earth, Man. After, sorry, I yawn a lot. I tend to do that. After the Heaven, Earth, Man, I believe I'm doing my standard snapping Sinawalis. I'm going to check my cheat sheet though, because there's a lot of these. Oh yeah, I was correct. Standard Sinawalis. This is a 6 count drill that's in a lot of martial arts because they don't know some of the other patterns that exist out there. So this is very simple. This is the one you often see. I snap it, right? If I want a redondo and be more fluid, I can do this, right? But I'm not. This is going to be just a snapping 6 count regular Sinawali. From there, I do an upward Sinawali. So these are downward strikes. I'm going down, down, down. Human body is designed to take a lot of punishment going down, not so much going up. So I'm going to be doing another pattern called an upward Sinawali. And the deal is, this pattern doesn't have a whole lot of power to it, but since I'm going up, I'm going against what the body is designed to take, so I can deliver a good amount of force. Kind of why we have it. But it's still going to be kind of a diagonal strike. It's a little weird. I'm going to start with the bottom hand. I'm going to come up, and I'm going to circle that around. Drop this one down, hit that again. This comes over, and then I'm going to hit coming up, and I'm on the other side. So you gotta almost think of like 4. Right? I'm just making the one big circle. Right? I'm gonna hit. Sorry, hit, hit, hit. Okay. And again, starting from the bottom. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is a upward Sinawali pattern. That's my next 3 patterns. Now, I think that brings us up to 50 strikes. Okay, like I said, there are 70 of these total. The big patterns. So the next one is an 8 count pattern. It's 8 strikes. Okay, again, I'm going to step back because I'm going low. So 1, I bring over. 2, 3, 4. 5 to the low, and I'm just putting a stick up there as like a nice kung fu pose, right? Or just a block. And then 6, 7, 8, and I come back to our mat. Okay, when I first learned this pattern, I actually started in a different direction with a different strike and a different number. And so I modified it basically for this sequence I added on, because like if I'm doing the upward, and then I go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so I'm just kind of going fluid and then going low, and then I'm snapping those last two for 8 strikes again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is low, 6 is low, 7 we do high snap, and another high snapping. And that is my 8 count, 8 strikes. After that, I do what I call the geometric 6 count. And the reason why I call it geometric is just the mnemonic that separates it from the other strikes. So what I'm going to do is like diagonal forehand, backhand horizontal, and then a vertical backhand. Now this is one of the ones that you can't really do with a partner because of the nature of the strikes. Again, diagonal, horizontal, and vertical. Diagonal, horizontal, vertical. You know, geometric. That's the mnemonic that I'm giving it as an economist. Okay. So, last one is a close range striking deal that I call the Watik Sinawali. Watik is just kind of flicking the wrist, right? So it has different types of strikes in it. What I'm going to do is start with the top one. I'm just going to be turning my body, bam. So I hit that high. And then what I do is when I come back here, this just kind of whips out like that. Boom. So that's my second strike. I should probably back up a little bit so I'm in range. So let's do that again. 1, 2. And then I bring this up to my shoulder. This kind of lassos, and what we have, it's called a Floretta strike. Unique flower. And on the other side, tick, tick, boom, coming through. Tick, tick, coming through. Boom, bam, boom. Okay, so that brings us all up to 70. I'm going to try to get through that entire sequence as much as I can. So the first video will be 1 minute long. I do the first 3. Then the next video will be 2 minutes long because I'm going to be adding the next 3. Then the third video will be 3 minutes long because I'm adding another 3. And then the fourth video will be 4 minutes long because I'm adding the last 3. And it's going to be 70 strikes total. I'm going to try to get through it without like screwing up the whole sequence. Like I said, one big form. Okay, a whole bunch of Sinawali strikes, just mean to weave. This is just a really good drill, and if you're a really big stickler on all the names, I want you to understand 2 things. Number 1, I'm doing this for charity. Number 2, I don't really care because of number 1. I'm doing this for charity. Just mnemonic, just helping me remember these things. And at the end of the day, I want you to donate, help people who need it at Duke and at UNC here locally at Durham, North Carolina, which is where we're at. So that is my video on my stick strikes that I'll be doing for my cancer fundraiser this year, 2023. Again, I'm Seafood Mike. This is tkfmma located in Durham, North Carolina. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, leave comments, watch my other videos. I got a lot of them on YouTube and all my social medias. You can check me out and find like TKF. I'm everywhere almost, not quite, but close enough. So again, Seafood Mike, you guys take it easy, and I will catch you on the flip side with my sticks. Need to choke up. There we go. Bam!